In this video, we're actually going to speak to existing HDB owners that are planning to sell and buy concurrently using CONTRA. So to find out what is the timeline like and what should they look out for.
So once again, a bit of a disclaimer, everything we share is based on our experience, our opinion. If you want to do yourself, please do your due diligence and research. If not, contact us, we're happy to share with you more.
Okay, so what is a normal HDB selling timeline, right? So for example, you issue the buyer the OTP, the buyer exercise, you all will submit the case to HDB, and then of course, there will be a sales completion. So this is in general what is the HDB selling timeline. Okay, so how do we actually do a sell-buy concurrently using CONTRA? So the first step, of course, you need to start marketing your unit to sell your house. Okay, we start to market. Okay, then of course you can market depending might be 2 to 3 months, and then eventually you manage to find a buyer and you issue the OTP to the buyer. Okay, so once you issue the OTP to the buyer, right, there's an option period of 21 days. 21 days lah, okay? So the buyer can exercise within 21 days. Okay, and once the buyer exercise, alright, there's what we call a submission period. So before that, there's some things that you need to take note of lah. Okay, firstly, you need to get the buyer to agree that he's able to give you a 60-day submission. Why do you need this 60-day submission? Because you actually need this 60 days to start viewing houses.
This is the most important point for selling and buying concurrently, because you need some time to really go and see houses. And because a lot of people will ask us, hey, should we go and see house now when the house haven't sell? Because we also don't know how fast your house sell.
Right.
But if once you got these 60 days, right, you got actually 2 months to find your place.
Yeah. So it's very important. Okay, and it depends on next house whether is it very easy to get, or it's a place where there's a lot of criteria, then it might actually take longer. Okay, so imagine after doing the 60-day submission, you manage to find a house you like, right? So you become the buyer, right? You will get the OTP from the seller. And again, same thing, right? You need 21 days. That you can access within 21 days, you need to exercise the OTP. Let's say you want to proceed. Okay, so after exercise, there's again the submission period. But for this time, the submission period, we don't need too long.
Just normal 14 days, 7 days, or can
14 days
because very simple already. After this part, no stress already.
Yeah, after this part, when you find your house already, right? What you need to do, of course, you're selling, you need to submit to HDB. Then after that, you also need to submit the purchase CONTRA to the HDB. So the key thing, of course, when submission, right, make sure you press CONTRA, the option I'm doing CONTRA.
Yeah.
That one very important, because you need to make sure
it's like a system, right? They need to talk to each other. You CONTRA here, they CONTRA here, they talk.
Yeah, so both cases you must say you're doing CONTRA. Okay, and also another important point is that when you find the buyer, you got to make sure the buyer is not doing CONTRA.
Yeah, you must tell them I'm doing CONTRA. You cannot CONTRA.
Correct. So only one party can do CONTRA in the whole transaction. So this is an important point you need to take note of. Okay.
Then one thing good about CONTRA, right? Your sales and buying completion will be on the same day.
Yes. Yeah. So this one will be on the same day. Of course, the timeline usually is about 8 to 12 weeks from submission.
Technically, for CONTRA case will be longer because the buying will be the longer.
They'll follow the later one.
Yeah, they'll follow later one because they need to complete together. But the benefit of CONTRA case, right, is you got the full 3 months to do your renovation.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it.
Yes.
So this is the part where you can do concurrently with CONTRA. So the next question, Dylan. Why if some case can we don't do CONTRA? Can. Like you can see this chart, right? If we don't do CONTRA, the picture becomes smaller because there's more things to take note of.
Yes.
For example, same thing for CONTRA, right? Market or unit, same thing, depend on demand. Maybe 2 to 3 months we sell the house, right? This one 21 days. Viewing our house 60 days. 21 days. Just now we explained already. Then this one, when the is the main thing now is the submit. The submit you can see you submit your case to HDB for your selling. You need to delay your submission for your buying. This part, you see this gap? There's a delay. You cannot submit together.
Yeah.
Because right now, right, we don't want them to be too close to each other during this completion. We need to have this one gap. Why this one gap? We need to have the 21 days apart. Why is this 21 days apart? Because you're selling, right, there's CPF in your house. They need about 10 days to refund back to your OA. Then when the buying near completion, right, the lawyers need to write a letter to CPF to extract your OA out. So they take another 10 days. So technically 21
21
But 21 days is the rule. So how can we gauge this? This one really by experience one. Because we submit, right, there's a lot of things that we need to do. Example, today when we submit, we did even this gap, right, the timeline don't match. Like for example, it's lesser than 21 days. We need to go and write in. We need to get the buyers and sellers okay to delay the completion, all these things, to move, to shift date, all these things.
Yes.
This is all the underworks that we need to be done before we make sure we keep the timeline as tight as possible for this without contra.
Yes.
Why? Because 21 days, then you can get your keys to your new house. This one eat into your renovation because the 3 months, then the means you already lost 21 days already.
Yeah, so technically actually 2 months only.
2 months. So any lapse in time or any delay in the completion, the means the longer you take to collect your key, right?
Correct.
Technically, you lose out your renovation. Then you will be very, very stressed.
Yes. Because the buying completion can be anytime after the selling completion. If it's more than 21 days, no problem. But then you eat into your extension, then you got not enough time for reno. So this is something that we need to be aware of.
So for without contra, you need the the flexibility. Number one, your buyers who buy a house, and also the seller that sell a house, that sell to you,
Yeah.
But there is because in our field, right, I tell you, there's a lot of scenario one. What if the house that you like doing contra, mean the completion is later one? Then can you buy? Cannot buy it. The tenant cannot match because it will be maybe more further away from your completion. Then if you left with no time to reno, the house, unless the house don't need reno lah.
Correct.
Then what will we do? Should we explore renting a place?
Yeah.
So renting a place, rent 1 year, rent 6 months. 6 months maybe I don't know whether can get or not.
It might be hard lah.
Yeah, because a lot of landlord want 6 months or maybe 6 months will be a higher rental
Rental, yeah.
So these are all the variable that we cannot really control.
We can't control.
But we know this type of thing will happen.
Yeah.
That's why we are here to always jaga this thing called timeline.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people think that timeline is so easy, right? But there's a lot of scenario that we must first get the right buyer, then right seller.
And we must be able to communicate with the buyers and sellers because every side we need to let them know, hey, why we need this, we need that. Because we cannot just go into a deal, right? And then you never say you need this, never that. And then there will be some issues lah. Because imagine they say no, I am not going to delay the completion. I'm not going to agree to a long submission, example, all these things. Then there will be a lot of complications. So it's very important to have someone that knows the timeline so they can communicate what is necessary
and know what to do when things arise Like for example, if the date is too far, too slow, we need to delay all these things. We need to talk to this person, talk to party A, party B. How do we coordinate? I think all these is based on experience So once again, we have come to the end of video. Today, if you are doing you have looking to sell a HDB and don't know what to do with the sell and buying timeline, you need someone to guide you. I think we are very well equipped. And we're happy to share with you. And once again, I'm Matthew.
I'm Dylan.
We'll see you soon.